Hello everyone, my name is Hisham. I am the owner of Clemson Aeronautics, where we make the riveting and dimpling systems. We also make yokes. It's gonna say very good yokes, better than anything out there, and it's cheaper. So please look it up on our website. Last video we were talking about the trim push rod parts, and I feel that I do need to emphasize a few things. The parts are very thin, and you have to machine countersink those parts, and they have a special shape to it to accommodate the part that's going to go into the trim motor, the push rod on the trim motor itself, and that kind of gets in the way when you're trying to machine countersink. That's one. Two, try not to go too deep with your countersink. So you set your countersink and you try a rivet in there, and the head is just barely outside. Maybe you want to leave it that way, because you take so much out of the material, there is very little left. It takes away from the strength of that thing. So, and if you do, one day you might have to order another one and build it again. I really don't like it. I think it's too weak for the part that it is moving. I don't know how much pressure really the trim tab is going to be creating, but you're doing like 180 knots out there. The trim tab is about this big. So how much pressure can it take? I don't know. Be really careful after you finish countersinking them. You need to prime them. I primed mine and they're drying right now, so I can rivet them later, and maybe tomorrow or next week. Just be careful with those things. Be very delicate with it. Countersink. Shallower is better than deeper. And anyhow, this is riveted in a very unique way, just like the trailing edge on the rudder, and probably the elevator here would be the same thing. So be careful. Next order of business is this two parts. Trim tab horns. They want us to cut it. I guess this is made for several types of aircraft, so to accommodate the RV-14 we need to chop a part off of both of them, and it's giving us a dimension, actually 3 dimensions. From this point to the part that you're going to cut is 1/2 inch. Then you're measuring from the length here. Well, if we have to cut this first. Here's the machinist trick. Your caliper is made out of very hard material. So if you adjust this to say 0.5010 for instance, or 19 or something, here's 10, here's 11, good enough. You tighten that knob. Now it's set on that distance for you, and this is very hard. So what you can do, I'm going to try and do it on camera so you guys can see it. You can put one of the jaws on the edge, and the other one would be resting on the material itself, and you kind of pull it this way. I don't know, I'm gonna try and see if you guys can see the line that I made. Yeah, it shows on camera here, the line. It scratched the line. So But you don't have to worry about the scratching part of it because you're gonna cut this part off. But it scratched a line for you. And I did the same thing on the other one. So, and I got a ruler, and I will put it right next to that line here and leave just a little bit for my marker. And this is kind of doesn't have to be perfectly down to the thousandths or anything. I put it like this right next to the line, and I'm just gonna draw with my marker. This one is supposed to take off as far as this one is concerned, and this one I want to do the same thing. And I'm going to go like this, and I had to take that part off. You guys can see the line now. So I have to go to the bandsaw and do that. I just noticed something that's kind of odd. If you look at these parts, you're gonna see that this bend here is going up. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Yep. So, like if we put this on a flat surface like this, this is sticking out. So I might have to work on this with the with this tool here, the forming tool. So guys, watch out for that. Yep. So watch out for that. The next dimension we have to do is on the shorter one, this one, 1 7/8 inches. So we can undo the screw here and go 1/875. And do the knob again. And this is where it's supposed to be. So this time I don't want to scratch the aluminum. I just want to make a mark here. So I might have, yeah, I made the mark. Yeah, I knew where it touched here. So I'm gonna draw a line from here to the end and take that off and then radius it. And this is how the line look like. So the next piece, that longer piece, we have to set the caliper for 2.3125 or something close to that. And we just hold it like this and like this, and just use the marker to make a mark over here. Then we come back with the ruler and draw the line from the bottom of that curve. Doesn't have to be very perfect. So now after I finish cutting both of them, if you look closely, you'd find the shorter one is sticking out a little further than the longer one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make another line here to remove this material. Then buff them both together now that I have it bolted together with the or fastened together with the cleco. So the saw wasn't a very good idea, so what I did is I used the file to file it as much as I can to get it close. Then I took it like that while it's click it together to the buffer to match them up. So the end result is pretty good. Everything is matching up. I managed to bend this down a little bit because it was sticking out, which is going to be on the trim tab skin from the outside, and of course it will distort it if we don't watch out. So I had to bend it back in, put a little cloth in with pliers and stuff like that to get it down. So that's that.